Hello, my name is Kent Philpott. I'm the pastor of Miller Avenue Baptist Church in Mill Valley, California, in my 36th year there. And many of you know that I've been presenting this material on casting out of demons. We call it deliverance ministry. And one of the controversies that we entered into many years ago had to do with whether or not Christians could have a demon or not. So this was a real problem back in that day because there was a strong popular voice that says, no, it's not possible. That if you are indwelt by the Holy Spirit, there could be no demonic spirit there at the same time. That was one of the issues. The other issue is, well, if you were a Christian already, could you then, by, let's say, engaging directly in occult sort of avenues like, let's say, astrology, magic, so many other different things like that, could you then attract demonic spirits? And so that was always an issue. And I'm going to tell you that I'm not completely sold about anything. I'm just going to give you my experience. But I will say that after examining the biblical material, I do not see any place that explicitly states or a story that indicates that a Christian could not go through deliverance ministry. In other words, they could be a Christian and have a demonic spirit. However and whenever such was attracted, we ran into this all the time in the ministry following the Jesus People movement. We had all these people becoming Christians who had gone into the wildest, weirdest things, who taking drug-expanding, they thought, drugs like psilocybin and LSD to open themselves up. And some did open themselves up. Also, there was a tremendous attraction to Eastern religions. The formulas for getting involved in, let's say, the Hare Krishna, Bhaktivedanta kind of a movement, that was, the Krishna consciousness, folks, in part of the thing where you were initiated, you literally invited the spirit of the guru back many centuries into you. The same thing with transcendental Mahesh Yogi and so on. The opening invitation was to invite a spirit to come in. And in many instances, we were involved in casting those demons out. Once the person became a Christian, they realized that they were there. Before they didn't. I'm in touch with several people right now who are involved in, let's say, Wicca, one example, but also in other forms of sort of mind-reading, fortune-telling things, who know they have spirits. They have a spirit guide. They have an animal spirit. They know it. It's real. They deal with it. Sometimes very awful experiences, sometimes not. But these spirits give them all kinds of goodies. The Faustian trade-off, you sell your soul to the devil, if you remember that old thing. Well, such goes on. Over the course of my ministry, cast hundreds of demons out of hundreds of people. That's no boast, let me tell you. Many times I wish I'd never gotten involved in that ministry. Very difficult, time-consuming, and painful so many times. But I know the idea that, well, let's say you've got a glass full of milk. You can't put something else on top of it. It's already full. That analogy persuaded many people that, of course, a Christian couldn't have a demon. But contrary to that analogy, that sort of metaphor, it didn't play out in real time. I say this because so many Christians, if they have been involved in certain kinds of practices associated with Eastern religion, occult practices, deep meditation, and so on, and you've attracted spirits, those are demonic spirits. They may give you goodies, they may have fellowship with you, give you certain spiritual gifts, or so it seems. But they're there, and the Christian becomes aware of the danger of the demonic nature of these spirits and want them to be cast out. And that happens all the time, back in the 70s and on through. So some of these areas are a little bit difficult to define and so on, but still, I would say that if you were engaged in demonic activity and became a Christian, there may still be demonic spirits. You'll probably know. The real issue is, once you become a Christian, are you then vulnerable? Let's say you go through a difficult time in your life. You have difficulty in a church. You have difficulty with people. You go through confusing, difficult times. And you engage, let's say, with a psychic, an astrologer, someone like that. And so then you reconnect with, or you connect for the first time with genuine occult practices. Can you then be invaded? That's the issue I'm unsure about. But if there's any indication in you that something's wrong, something of an evil presence in there, I would consider the possibility of seeking deliverance ministry. So long.